Hey, what's going on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter family? Coming at you live right now here, Hostley from Hostley's Auto 1953. Gonna do another cooking video for you guys. So it's gonna be enchiladas, an enchilada casserole. Real simple, fast, easy recipe to make for you and your family. You can use a 5 or 10 pound roll of 80/20 chuck ground beef, and you're going to fry it up. Add in a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of black or white pepper, and about roughly maybe close to a tablespoon, which will be like you can do 2 to 3 tablespoons or teaspoons of salt, which would be like 1.5 tablespoon of salt, your choice. So let me do an update. We got the Packard right here, as you can see. Last time you guys seen it, I changed the color over to purple. It's just rattle can, and I did that for right now just to keep it, from rusting, because Colorado weather is rough. So she's running and driving, so that's a nice thing. I've been doing yard work here, replacing the fence here in the property, but that's not why we're here for this video. We're here to go ahead and get into it and hit you guys up with an amazing cooking video that you guys will really enjoy, and it will feast. And one thing, update from my weight loss surgery. I'm doing better now. It's a struggle, and I do recommend it to Michael Green and Bridget West after she has her baby. Go ahead and do the surgery. It's $47,000 surgery, but there's ways around it to get that figured out in payment, but it's worth it. It's a life changer. Your life is way more important than dying. And one thing I'm going to tell you out there, foodie fam, do not count calories. It's a lie. Whatever the Weight Watchers say, it's a lie. Counting calories will make you get fat. Take it from a person that has weight loss surgery, has gone through it now. This is the second time, and has had a lot of issues with the stomach and digestive problems. Do not count calories. Whatever you do, do not count calories. That's how you'll get diabetes, and that's how you'll get very enlarged and fat. Don't worry about it. You know what? It takes a little bit of fat to have a healthy life. So don't count calories and cut out fat. Update. We have the old 53 GMC truck here. She's up and running. She has to go back to the shop to get adjusted. Rebuilt the motor on this. So she's still here on the channel. We'll be doing updates on that here soon this spring. And happy first day of spring to everybody out there, which I believe today is March the 20th. Anyways, we're going to get right into the video. I already cooked the ground beef, and we're just going to go ahead and jump in it right from there. All right, folks? So stay tuned. Don't go away now. And write everything down. Foodie fam, we're back in the kitchen. Excuse the mess, and I haven't had a chance to get it proper clean up on the kitchen here, but this is what you're going to need. You'll need your ground beef. You're going to need 1 large onion. You're going to cut that up and dice it, put it in the ground beef. You're going to brown your ground beef, as you see there, and then you're going to go ahead and cook it, break it up. As you can see, it's all broken up. While it's cooking, you're going to go ahead and add your salt, teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of black pepper. That'll be 1 tablespoon. For those of you who don't know the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon, this is a tablespoon. Let me grab a teaspoon for y'all so you can see. And this is a teaspoon right here. See the difference? Alright. So with that being said, you're going to use a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of black pepper. There'll be 2 of these of salt. Regular tablespoon. So it'll be 2 of the regular tablespoon of salt. Sprinkle over that. Go ahead and medium high. Cook it till it's brown all the way. Add the onion in, dice it up. And once it's done, you're going to strain it on the strainer and put it into a bowl to the side. We're going to head and get right into it. We're going to go into the next segment part of it on making the sauce to continue on with this recipe. And on the cheese, you can use a cheaper brand if you need to, or whatever, but Kobe Jack, mozzarella cheese, you want the mixed kind. That's the best for the enchiladas. You're going to need a packet of corn tortillas, your choice on whatever brand you like. and the McCormick enchilada mix. So the enchilada mix, or enchilada mix, however you want to say it. Anyways, you see what it says there on the back? 1.5 cup of water, 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. No, you will not be using tomato sauce. It will sweeten the sauce, and you don't want that. So no, 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 no tomato sauce whatsoever. Okay? So avoid tomato sauce, period. You can use 3 packs based on how much sauce you want. So enchilada casserole, it's going to be layered, and I will show you how to layer it. Let me get this done here, get it strained out, and we'll start on the sauce. Alright? Alright, for this process you're going to need 4 cups. If you're doing 3 packs, that's 1.5 cups of water. So in 2 packs it's 3 cups of water, and then 1.5 cups, but I only do 4. I don't do the full half cup on the last one because you want it to be a little bit thicker, the sauce. So that makes our 4 cups there. We're going to go ahead and add in the pack of sauce and the powder mix, and you're going to start mixing it. Remember, no tomato sauce. Alright, so let me go ahead and get that in there for you guys, and we'll get on it. That being said, give me 1 second. Let me get the camera set up here so y'all can stay tuned and following with us. Alright, y'all can see here I got the McCormick mix. We'll need a whisk as well. Whisk is this. Go ahead and stir it in and break it down. By doing it this way, it's going to allow it to be a little bit more saltier than sweeter. Tomato sauce is up to you. You can choose to add in it. If you're going to do it, I'd only add 1 8-ounce can to all 3 packs, but my recommendation, if you want an authentic, you want it to be tasty and enjoyable, 3 packs, 4 cups of water, and no tomato sauce. And go ahead and whisk it now. I'm going to go ahead and get this into the sauce form that it needs to be. I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll go from there. Sorry about the quality of the video. When I cook, I like to cook alone. It gets annoying when you have someone hovering over you in the kitchen when you're trying to cook. You can see working on the sauce, but let me go ahead and get this to where it needs to be. It's going to take roughly like 10 to 15 minutes for it to simmer and for it to thicken up the way you want it to be, the sauce or gravy, however you want to call this. You'll need a couple of cooking trays here, as you can see, of your choice. Cake sheets, you can use a very, very large one or smaller one, but those are the ones you're going to want. I did wash those already. They're ready to go. So once I get ready to put this together, I will show you how to layer everything. Alright, so now while that is simmering, you're going to get your tortillas here. You want to keep your eye on the sauce and stir it frequently on and off. You're going to get roughly about half the pack, close to half the pack. And you want to cut them in half. There you go. And I'll show you the reason why you want to cut them in half. Go ahead and give your sauce another stir. Once you see it starting to thicken up, go ahead and shut the heat off. Basically, as you can see, nice and thick now. We went ahead and shut the heat off. For this cooking video, we're going to use the larger tray. Now you can't see much right now because it's in the way there. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Bear with me here. Doing my best to try to work the camera magic here. I don't know how good of a job I'm doing here. Alright, now you can see the tray. So, the reason why you want to cut it in half is because you want to take them, and when you cut it evenly, you want to put it into the tray itself. And you're going to overlayer it, and I'll show you here in a second. Then you probably more likely going to have to cut some more. But this is how you're going to layer it. So you get all the way to those nooks and crannies. And it's an even, beautiful tray of enchiladas. And you will get some round. I'm going to finish covering it out. Sure, as you can see, you get some round ones and you'll finish layering it out. Now that it's layered out, as you can see what I'm talking about, we're going to go ahead and add in our ground beef. I'm going to get you placed back right here on the stove. You're going to do a layer of ground beef, and then you're going to go back to a layer of cheese and then sauce as well. So you want to do an even layer. Ground beef across it. Be generous with the ground beef. Make sure it's an even coating across. You know, some people believe, some people don't. Yeah, but I personally believe, and I've talked to this about it on the beginning of my channel when I first started my YouTube channel, that I'm a faith-based individual and I believe in God, and I believe strongly in praying over the food that it be blessed, that those who partake of this meal will be full but not hunger, and go to the point where they're starving at all. So now you see we got an even layer there of the ground beef. And go ahead and get our cheese. The Kobe Jack mozzarella. I'm going to sprinkle it across a fairly decent layer. Not too heavy, but evenly throughout the whole tray. You know, and this is great if you do large trays, or if you do smaller trays, it really don't matter, because you can preheat up the leftovers. And guess what? You got lunch, you got breakfast, dinner again. And who wouldn't love to take this for lunch the next day? Leftover enchiladas. So while you're doing this, make sure that you preheat your oven to 350. There, as you can see now. I was going to apologize about the quality of the video. I'm doing my best here that I can. You take your ladle there, your spoon. Pour evenly the sauce throughout the whole thing. Typically for something this big, you're going to do about roughly 6 packs of sauce. And this is enough here to feed a family of 10. There's just the two of you, believe it or not. I mean, this will go a long ways. And you'll have plenty left over for the whole week. And please do give this a try. Don't hesitate and be suspicious about if you should try it or not. It's worth it. I grew up on this. It was a joy every day that I did see enchiladas freshly made, or fideo, conchitas, pollo con arroz, carne guisada with vegetables in it, calabaza. Now you got a decent layer of sauce on there, evenly through. You can go ahead and add your next layer of corn tortillas, same way like you did before. Typically I try to do 2 layers of the ground beef evenly, so I'm going to have to cut up some more tortillas right now. But basically it's just a repeat step. Again with the meat, cheese, layer tortillas. Last layer is going to be sauce over the top with cheese. I'm going to get some more tortillas here chopped up off camera here to the side real quick. Basically we're just, like I said, repeating the process that we did before. There'll be another layer of it. Repeating the process one more time. This honestly is going to be probably the best recipe you're going to find online for enchiladas, enchilada in general, or even since it's in a casserole form. It's probably one of the best that you will find, and I promise you that. It has a sweetness to it, it has a spiciness to it, and the sweetness comes from the onion. It has a saltiness that we all crave and we enjoy. Now in my household, typically what we do is we make several of these trays. So unlike some people, we're the kind of people that we normally don't like, and we're not up to it, cooking every day. So with that being said, we got the cheese, the meat there. Now time to go ahead and do another layer of the cheese. like I said, you know, before a previous video, I'm an individual that's gone through now 2 weight loss surgeries, and I know that the health community says to count your calories, and take it from me, calorie counting is not something you want to do. That's how you'll gain your weight. That's how you will become a diabetic. These so-called health nuts, they don't know what they're talking about. Especially these skinny people that say, oh, I'm going to be a trainer, weight loss trainer, and I'm going to teach you how to eat healthy and stuff. Well, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. They're actually giving out bad advice, and I say this religiously, and I mean it, because I went through all that, and it don't work. It doesn't. It's just a bunch of nonsense, mumbo jumbo, that they feed into the clientele's head to believe, oh, if I do what they say, man, I'm going to lose a lot of weight. No, you won't. You end up finding yourself with higher cholesterol, bigger issues. That's what ended up happening to me. And I finally got tired of it, because I've been a person that struggled with weight all my life, been bullied because of it growing up. And I just said, you know, the heck with this. Did the weight loss surgery. In a way, I regret it because it's very limited to how much you can eat, but it's for the best. So I'm actually out of sauce. I gotta make some more sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we now got the last set of sauce ready to go. Made this one just a little bit more runnier. The other one's more thicker, but I made this one, like I said, a little bit more runnier. So we're adding the sauce now onto the tray, on the layers here, as you can see. Based on how wet you like your tray enchiladas to be, you guys layer it out how you guys want it. Some people like it real wet, some people don't. Now that we got the layer sauce on there, we're just going to repeat the same process again with corn tortillas, the way we did it for the last one. Alright, so gotta make a quick run to the store because I was out of corn tortillas. But anyways, redoing the layer because I wasn't happy with it. But you're gonna repeat the process again with the top. And this time it's just gonna be the corn tortillas. And what you did for all the other layers, you'll do it for the top layer as well. Top layer, you will add cheese and just the sauce. You're going to go ahead and finish it off on the top layer. As we did, we're going to repeat the same thing for the top. As we did for the bottom, the other 2 layers. Now that you're finishing off the top layer, single cheese on the top layer, an even layer, not too heavy on the top, but you're going to do an even layer. Even layer of cheese on top. You can mix match cheeses if you need to if we run out of a certain kind. But if you can, stick to the yellow and white cheese, will be better. So there you go, even layer of cheese on top, not too heavy, not too light. Last layer of sauce on it. What you saw me doing there, I was picking out some of the green in it with cheese, and it's not molded. What it is salad, because we use that cheese for tacos, and I have a video on tacos. But my hands had a little bit of salad still. Now I'm a little bit short on the sauce, so I'm going to make you another pack. There's a total, it's supposed to be 6 packs, so I only made a total right now of, I believe, what I say, 5 packs, so I'm short of packs. I'm going to make one more pack of sauce. For a tray this size, it will take 6 packs of sauce. So let me make that real quick and I'll be right back with you. So while the sauce is simmering right now, basically what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to poke your knife down into each layer all the way through. And the reason why you're doing this is that allows the sauce that you pour on to run down into each layer. And this last set of sauce that you put on there, it can be a little bit runny. It allows it to get all the way down into each layer. Go ahead and run the knife on each side. That way it helps tuck it in just a bit. Now you did that, you went ahead and penetrated it. allows the sauce to reach down into each layer a little easier. You can make this one a little bit wetter, not as dry as the other one. Basically what I like to do is, like I said, it's my religious belief. What I do is normally I pray over the food and I say, Heavenly Father, I pray over this and I ask that you allow this to be a blessing to those that partake of this meal and eat it, that they will go fulfilled and full with their belly fulls, and that they will not get sick, but that it will be nourishing to their bodies. And at the same time, I pray over each and every one of you who are out there watching this video that you'll have a blessed, wonderful day and week. Any issues with your family members, health-wise, everything, that they'll be healed in the name of Jesus and receive the blessings. And not only that, that the meal that you prepare for your family will be a blessing and nourishing to their bodies as well. And I have in the name of the Father and pray, amen. And this is basically what I do. That is my religious belief. I am a Christian. Non-denomination. Non-denomination means that we don't hold to a denomination like, oh, I'm Baptist, oh, I'm Presbyterian, oh, I'm Catholic, or I'm Protestant, oh, I'm a Mormon, Jehovah's Witness. No, non-denomination means you're just a straight Christian. You believe in the Word of God, you believe in the Bible, you believe Jesus died on the cross, rose the third day, so you'll be free of all your sins. Basically, that's what non-denomination is. I know some of you viewers out there are skeptical about it, religion. That's another topic for another day. Like I said, I will not enforce my religion upon you and my beliefs. For those of you who do believe in it, thank you for being viewers and watching and being a part of the family and believing. For those that don't, I wish you the best of health and happiness, prosperity, and life. Now the last batch of sauce is done. Would have been completed if I would have made the 3 packs I was supposed to in the first place, but I didn't. I underestimated myself. It's alright to be under and not overdone. Especially if you're on a tight budget and you can't afford to waste food. Not going to make it taste any different, the batch of enchiladas, because we didn't add an even amount of sauce or cook them all together at the same time. As long as you got the sauces off the shelf all together at the same time, it's the same batch of sauce that was created. You're just making it on the stove and adding it in. That's all you do. Now that we're at the end, what I like to do, just for presentation looks, I like to sprinkle light layer. Very, very ever so lightly. Just for color. Over the top. This meal here is going to run you right around $25 to $26. Depending on what state you live in. I know meat can be a little bit more costly if you live in a different state. Ground beef here in Colorado, we're looking typically around for 5-pound roll, closer to especially with the 80-20, typically $16 to $20. Pack of corn tortillas, if you can, get a very big pack of a 30 count, I believe. 70 count would be better. Of the Mission corn tortillas. 2 packs of the mixed cheese of the white and yellow. 4 of the McCormick enchilada sauce. 6 of those packs of the McCormick, actually. So with all that, it should come out right around close to $26 to $28, and that's enough to feed 10 people for this size of a tray. This size of tray is almost roughly, let's say, 15 by, it's about a 15 by 12 cake sheet or cake tray, and it will feed everybody. So now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and open up the oven. There we go. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there real quick. There we go. Sliding it on in. There she is. It's at 350. You have a convection oven, however you want to call it. I would use that. If you have a regular oven baking, 350, put it at the highest level on the shelf that you can, that way it doesn't burn. For those who are wondering what a convection oven is, you see in the very back there, it actually has a fan, so what it does is it blows the heat around, so that way the food won't burn. Now with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and do a cleanup here. I'll be back with you guys once these guys are done. Now we're back, and basically want to give it about maybe 30 to 35 minutes, what I normally do in the oven. So she's ready to come out, and we're going to go ahead and cut it up and serve it onto the plate. Be very careful in pulling out the tray because it is extremely hot. Being in the oven for that long. Go ahead and kill your oven there. Now we're going ahead and we're cutting it up, and we're ready to serve out. I'll go ahead and take a look at the final product there. Let's look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Serve it up with a little bit of lettuce, some diced tomato, a little bit of jalapeno. So let me get the come closer over here. You can see the layers. Now to me it's a little bit too wet for my liking. I'm going to stick it back in so it dries up just a little bit more. But that's basically it. That is the enchiladas right there. Don't forget down below to hit that subscribe button. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And also hit that bell notification right down over here in this corner. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm Hosley from Hosley's Auto 1953. Have a wonderful, blessed day.